Go ahead and get started with the winners portion of our post-race press conference here at Michigan International Speedway. The winner of the race, Carl Edwards, who drove the number 30 Fastenal Ford, our 2007 NASCAR Nationwide Series champion. Also joined here by crew chief Mike Beam, team owner Jack Roush. A couple of quick notes on Carl. This is his 33rd career victory in the series, 4th win this year, 2nd at Michigan International Speedway, and he's finished 1st or 2nd in his last 5 races. And one other note is that he is the defending winner of the upcoming race next week at Road America. Carl, congratulations. Nice battle between you and your teammate Ricky Stenhouse Jr. for that win. Why don't you talk about it?
Yeah, I realized with about 11 laps to go, it was 11 to go, because I was thinking, the laps kept ticking down. I was driving harder and harder, and I was not catching them. And with about 11 to go, I really stepped it up. I drove a little harder than maybe I should have. And then I saw him wiggle one time, hit the fence off of 2, and he was just, man, he was driving that car hard. His car wasn't as balanced as mine, and we were able to get by him. But I didn't think, with 15 to go, I didn't think we were going to be able to get him. He did a really good job. And we were talking in Victory Lane about the race a year ago here. We weren't even close. I mean, we were not competitive with a lot of these guys. And in the last year, Doug Yates, Jack, Mike, all the guys at the shop have done a great job of making our cars fast. They've moved the shop. They've changed the engines. They put together sponsorship, and when we didn't have sponsorship, Jack committed to running the cars, and that's why we're here today in Victory Lane. The cars are amazing.
Mike, how about you? Great race, and 1-2 for Roush Fenway, but number 1 for the 60.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great race. It's always good to win here, for Ford and Jack and our whole company. And I was kind of like Carl. I was kind of concerned there about 15 to go, but I knew that Ricky had a good short run car, and I was hoping they wouldn't have a caution. But it's really a group effort. Robbie and his group down there, they give us great cars, and Scott Gray's my engineer. He's just a great engineer and a great guy to work with, and our whole team. And so it's a lot of fun right now. We come here with the kind of a chip on our shoulder, me and the guys did, because we finished second the last 3 races, and so we were loaded for bear when we come here.
Jack Roush, team owner, 5 wins here at Michigan International Speedway, leads all NASCAR Nationwide Series owners, and I know this is a very special race for you, obviously, here in Michigan, so talk about this win for you today.
It's great to race in front of the home crowd. We've got 3,000 Roush Industries folks in the area, that a lot of which came. We've got customers that came in our hospitality, and there's an expectation that we race well here. It's the first the first big racetrack I attended when I came to Detroit to work actually for Ford in the 60s. Came to MIS, watched the IndyCar race. So this is coming home for me. I enjoy flying my airplanes over here midweek when I can, and doing some aerobatic things just for fun. But it's really a homecoming for me. The fact that we've been able to have the success we have in our backyard is really fun.
If we have questions for Carl, Mike, or Jack, please let us know. We've got the microphones for you. Raise your hand and name and affiliation before you ask, please.
Bob Pockris for Carl. When they told you that Ricky was going to come back to you, did you expect it to happen earlier than it did?
Yeah, what is it you said exactly?
I said, don't worry about it, he's coming back to you.
Yeah. It's easy for him to say, don't worry about it, he's coming back to me.
But there again, I was listening to the 6 car too, so that helps me. I might look smart, but I'm really not. But I do listen very well. So it's I was listening to Ricky talk. So
you know what he was.
Yeah, even though Thomas Gordon was out the whole day, but I had to stop watching. So.
Well, it was more work than I thought it was going to be. I thought we'd be able to drive up there and go by him, but I was mistaken. I really had to drive hard. He is really getting good at this, and he's going to be very, very tough. Especially if he gets more Cup experience, gets to race with those guys on Sundays, he's going to be very, very tough on Saturday.
Hey, Dave Rodman with NASCAR.com. A little off topic, but could you guys speak to Trevor Bayne coming back to racing with your group, and just philosophical what it means to be away from something that you really love and then to come back to it, which you guys have all experienced.
Trevor had a really unfortunate incident with, I guess, an insect bite, and then, of course, that created some anxiety, and then we had to deal with the symptoms of the insect bite for a period of time. So he really got out of line, but, had to step out of line and then come back in. But, Dr. Petty and the medical staff that consults for NASCAR gave Trevor good advice, and Trevor and his father and his family went along with it, and we made sure that he was healthy before he came back. And of course, he's made a statement as to what he can do as he's come back. Because you'd think that he might have lost momentum, but he hasn't lost a step.
Yeah, he outqualified me in the Cup car today, so he gets no more advice. He's really good. I personally thought it would take him longer to get in the swing of things, but he's ready to go. He's fast.
I know we enjoy having Trevor, and Ricky also, in the shop, and just they're two very talented, young guys, and I enjoy working with them, and they listen very well. I know they got a lot of respect for Carl and Jack, and I try to help them as much as I can, and so all three teams work really well together. I'm very proud of that.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. Carl, you talked a little bit about being in Ford's backyard, and I'm sure you were part of the meetings that they had Thursday, some of those types of carry-ons. But can you just talk about Ford as a company and up here in Michigan, and just how the whole Big Three, what that competition kind of feels like?
A few years ago, Ford brought us up here for a meeting that we've talked about a little bit in the last few years, but I wish everyone here could have been in that meeting. They told us what was going to happen with the auto industry here in America, and they told us how tough it was going to be and what they were going to do to come out of the other side, in a better position, if at all. And they did all those things. I mean, they structured their business and they sacrificed, and Jack had to sacrifice a little bit as well. And I'm really proud to represent Ford here. It means a lot that they're behind us, and they came here today. Lewis Booth, the CFO, was here this morning. Jim Farley was here, the global marketing director. Drove his what year Mustang was that?
A 65.
A 65 Mustang. Drove it over from Detroit. And they were just here hanging around talking to us, telling us how important NASCAR is to them. So for us to be able to get a win for them today is huge. We need to win for them tomorrow. That's what we need.
Probably the most exciting thing that I got out of the meetings we had on Thursday is they've got a new Fusion coming in the very near future to get 41 miles to the gallon, and they've got 40 miles per gallon Focus and other cars coming. So the 40 mile per gallon is the buzzword at Ford Motor Company.
And the new Fusion looks awesome. I mean, it's really neat. It's going to be the car.